Dave knows how.
Alright, I wanted to show you guys the drive shaft out of this thing. This is the drive shaft that runs the front axle for the front wheel assist. And we've taken it apart because the drive shaft shield, this is the shield, it comes in two pieces. It had a lot of rust on it. So I went on and threw some paint on it. I didn't have any of the Kubota paint, so I just painted it black. Anyway, this slides inside of here, okay? And this axle goes inside of these two pieces. It's kind of neat how this thing goes together. It's got a spring pin that drives down through here. You would think that there would be a hole through the shaft that this spring pin would go through, but it actually doesn't. You put this spline coupling onto the spline shaft and pull it back past here, and then when you raise it up to the transmission side, you slide this over onto the spline shaft for the transmission, and this pin drives down in between those two shafts. This keeps this from being able to go further that way. Then you do the same thing on the other end. You've got another one, and you line it up with the other spline shaft on the axle, slide this over to the end of here, and then drive a pin down through there. Then this can't slide either way, so it kind of locks it into place. It's actually pretty slick how this thing is made. So we got a couple of these pieces. This has got a little bushing in it like a bearing, okay? And then you got a couple of O-rings that fit on here. This thinner O-ring fits on right here. Like that. And then the thicker O-ring goes on this end right here. This is the end that goes up at the transmission. Something that I want to point out that would be kind of important to know is I had bought a cheap set of spring pin driving set from Harbor Freight. This is not them, but the ones that I bought, the size, it had a 3/16 and it had an 1/8 inch. An 1/8 inch was not the correct size. The 3/16 was too big. It actually required a 5/32, so I ordered this kit and it came with a 5/32, but the problem that it had is it wasn't long enough to go all the way through. It only went a fraction of the way through, and that's no good. So I had to drive it, get it started with this, which helped. Once I got it started, it would kind of go. And then I just machined one that's a little longer that would go all the way through, and I pushed it the rest of the way. Anyhow, we're gonna throw this thing back together and see if we can't get it back in the tractor. And we can see the markings on it right here where this set on there. So this went up on there like that. And then slid up in here like this. And this right here goes in this end. Just like that. And that slides in there. This slides in here. And this one goes on this end. So that's how it goes inside of there, just like that. Okay. Would have been nice to have had Kubota gray paint to paint it, but you know what? I just mainly wanted to get some paint on it because, like I said, it has some rust on the back side of it, and it wouldn't do for this thing to rust, you know, get a hole rusted in it. So we just do it like that and be done with it. So we're gonna climb up underneath the tractor and go ahead and try to get this put back in place. Maybe we can try to take the camera with us and you can get a view down there as to what's going on. So this is where this thing mates up at the front axle. It's right here. Let's see, you got a grease fitting right here on the side to grease it. Got a lot of grease there. I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to be able to record. I'm going to try to get some of it if we can. I'm going to set this. Oh, me. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, shit. All right. All right, so I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm gonna try to move the camera around, but you see we got that up on there like that. And this end. Right up in here, you got this one. Now we just gotta take and put this pin in here in this hole and drive it through to the other side. Let's go. Maybe do the other end first. Oh, shit. All right, let's see. All right. All right. Now this one, I'll get it started. There we go. All right, that one's through there, and then this one, this slides up. Okay, so this has to slide up in there a little bit further. Got to get that up in there. I have to put a little grease around it, get it to slide up in there. And then there's another pin here on this side, it's just like that spring pin that has to be knocked in. It's going to come out this hole right there. And hopefully all that's showing up, but it may not be if it didn't. If it didn't showing up, you probably won't see this video because I probably won't post it since it'll be worthless. But yeah, this seems to be a real pain in the butt to get in there. I don't know what's going on with that, but anyway, if we have to, we'll put something against here and then give it a little love tap with the hammer and try to persuade it to go up in there. It needs to go in there a little further. And then get this bush and hair up in there. Okay. Alright, let me see if I can find I'll get a pair of channel locks put on here and see if I can give it a tap. Let's see. Maybe. Yeah, I think I did it. I do believe that got it. Boy, trying to knock that in there is going to be fun. So I got this pin. It's got to be driven in there, but it got all this stuff in the way. I may have to get something and try to drive that up in there. I think I got this in there as far as it needs to go. But we may have to, I don't know, get a piece of metal and maybe an extension, socket extension. Stick up there and tap on that because I don't have enough room to get that to, it's moving. I just, you know, it's hitting this. And I don't want to have to take all that off. That'd be a pain in the butt to take all that off. Anyway, we'll figure something out. Alright, I think I'm going to cut the camera off because ain't no need trying to fumble around with this camera and driving this in there. But you get the idea. This thing drives in and holds this in place. And it looks like it's far enough in there now to do that. Let me get it. Let me get the extension and see if I can do it with the extension. Oh, we got all kinds of shit. One of these is bound to work. I think that almost looks too long. That kind of looks too long too. Let's see. Well, it's actually going. pretty close. A little bit further, and we got it. Ta-da! I'll be so glad when this job's over. I really will. Alright. It's in there. Thank goodness.
Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.